may really like your personality, because reading through your information, it's just like I just started to laugh and giggle. It's like information overload. It's like, oh, and this and this and this. It's like somebody's like, okay, well, I just want you to go shopping. I just want you to enjoy yourself for once, and you just have some type of relief, and you don't have to worry about what something pays or how to pay for it or what something costs. And somebody say, here's my card, or here's just go have a good day, right? And you're like, oh, I can go buy this and this and this and then you just get really excited. So make sure you either contain this if this is the case for you, and or it's just like, okay, let's just hold on. All right, so I don't know if you want me to kind of choose, because you selected 3, you get 4 topics because you selected an extra topic, but then you gave me like 7 topics. So let's start with general. Let's figure out what comes out first for you, and then we'll go from there. Let's do a general message, whatever comes out. There's some type of excitement that you need to have. Even if you feel burnt out right now, you're going to be able to walk away from this. But maybe somehow you feel like there's some type of delayed hope, or there's something that's not really that's happening for you based off of some type of bankruptcy help. Maybe you feel like somebody rejected you when it comes to needing some type of help. You had to go through some type of adversity by yourself, and you feel like, okay, well, it just ended in you having some type of no direction. But that actually wasn't the end. You're actually about to end in some type of milestone. There's going to be some type of celebration. This could be happening. Something about the number 54 could be important. This could be happening within the 4th week of Aries season. You need to completely get rid of anything that you feel like is making you struggle, or anything that's making you feel like you have some type of lack mentality. It's your perspective. Maybe you're waiting on some type of big enlightenment, some type of big aha moment, or some type of big transformation. It's like, okay, well, I went through a really crappy time. Now I'm just waiting to hit the lottery. Now I'm just waiting on something that's going to really show me that whatever I was restricted for or restricted by, or whatever it was going towards, it was just some type of one-sidedness, or it was just something that was just a time period. You want to be wowed, it seems like. But you also need to walk away from, again, anything that had you fixated on, something not going way, not being your way, not being supported. If there's some type of financial issue here, some type of bad debt, or something that's getting denied, and you've been fixated on that, say, oh, well, I was never able to get my own car, but you've been able to drive somebody else's car. Or I've never been able to do. There's something that you feel like you haven't been able to do, and you feel like you've been patient enough. And so now it's like you're seeking some type of defense, and or it's like, okay, well, now you just want to protect yourself from everybody, or it's like, I'm not saying you hate the world, but it's giving Bruce Almighty. What's that movie? Is it called Bruce Almighty? He said, smites me, almighty smiter. So this negativity, this ego, this burnt out emotions that you're feeling, it's just a restriction that you can let go at any point in time. It's like, okay, well, just as quickly you can tie your shoes to go run, and you can untie them and not. And then you're going to be like, okay, well, maybe I was fixated on people who were unfair, or fixated on things that were just not, balanced, and you had to see it for what it is so you couldn't walk away. Because maybe you're still giving love and hope, and you're still, I'm not saying being gullible, but you're still trying to find good news and or explore with people or things that's not supposed to be explored. And so it's like the more that you be patient, the more that you feel like, okay, well, what's happening? Why am I waiting? You're fixated on waiting on a situation, and it's burning you out. It's burning you out. Also, if you be patient, you're going to actually get some type of phone call, or there's going to be something that comes towards you that you can be confident about. Maybe you're going to start to explore something. You're going to do something. I don't know if this is with your looks, yourself, your confidence, your optimism, just something about yourself. And you're like, oh, okay, I actually like this, or let me just see how I can learn, or how I can develop this even more. You're going to start to do something consistently, and this is going to help you. You also could be hitting, like I said, you could be hitting some type of milestone soon. There's some type of good news. It's like, okay, great. Well, now I know I can get things off my to-do list. This is going to boost your confidence. Maybe you're going to start to be dependable when it comes to being patient. You could just be fixated on things going wrong. It's like you're looking for the next wrong thing to happen. There could be a Sagittarius, a Gemini, a Virgo. Either this is a relationship, there's something that's going on when it comes to this, and something's going to be clear as day, because there's going to be some type of secrets revealed based off of some type of danger. Somebody's end up in a situation that they're not expecting. Yeah, something's going to be on brightest day when it comes to it. It's going to be a brighter day, brighter day. All right, so when it comes to your mood, figure out how you can walk away from this. What do you need to do to walk away from this? First of all, don't excessively spend on something that you feel like it's just going to confuse you. It's like, oh, let me go buy a whole new wardrobe. Let me go buy a whole new... Like, don't do that, okay? Because this is going to lead to some type of frustration. Also, delay any kind of thoughts in your head that something is just not fair or something that's going to lead you to being tricked out of your spot, or there's going to be some type of lie, some type of faulty logic. Faulty. Something about your faucet could be important. Maybe something needs to either be plunged out, or there could be something that's leaking. You feel like you're unstable is a lie, and you're going to keep strengthening this lie if at the point in time that you don't go ahead and get out of this. You also don't need to take some type of opportunity from someone. This could be a Cancer. What's your sign? I don't even know if I remember your sign. Okay, this could be from a Cancer, a Leo, an air sign, maybe even an earth sign. The answer is no. Okay, somebody feels like, okay, well, I understand that you're going through some type of issue or you're not feeling some type of way, but let me see if I can give you some type of influence or I can help you through a situation. This person is actually disorganized and or vengeful, especially if they're a female. They're actually giving too much when it comes to a situation because they feel like a failure. There's some type of secrets revealed when it comes to them, and they're going to be in their head once it does. It's like, okay, well, now you're going to truly learn, like, okay, well, when it comes to their confidence or how they're able to do certain things for their home, they could have had a new start. There's some type of conflict that's coming out. All right. Let's do whatever comes out. If you want to go into all your details, you can book a more detailed reading or a longer reading. That's completely fine. Alright, so there's some type of anxiety because somehow you feel closed off. You feel like there's people that are not trying to interact with you, or people are not trying to trust you, and or maybe somehow you're closing yourself off from listening to yourself, even though you have some type of strong intuition. It's like you're waiting on some type of call, you're waiting on some type of text and or validation. You're waiting on some type of evidence of a situation. And so it's like, okay, well, until you get it, you're trying to either look something up online, watch someone, and or try to figure out who's thinking of you. Yeah. And this is because you want some type of attention. If you closed off somebody, you walked away from somebody that you know was a little thrown off for the moment because they were under some type of pressure, Aries, this person could have some type of evidence when it comes to some type of communication, and they feel like, okay, well, I'm not really finna to say something to you. They can feel like you're searching for some type of reason to be petty and or to get their attention. And maybe you met them around springtime, or maybe you cut them off around springtime. They were under some type of deadline when it comes to some type of legal paperwork and or legal matters. And so they were closed off. And now it seems like they get some type of communication that they have some type of evidence or something was going the way that they need to. They also may know about some type of third party relationship. You may end up seeing something online. And maybe you feel like, okay, well, there's an air sign around as well that you shouldn't have either committed to and or had around you. Yeah, you may just be angry about this, or maybe there's just some type of emotion that's still lingering about it. So you need to address that. Let's see, what's blocking you? If you're, when it comes to love, even if this is platonic, what's blocking you in love? Alright, you feel like something is too risky based off of your expectations. It's like you want a lot, you expect a lot, you want things just to add up, you want to know exactly this and or that, but you also want to carry the weight of it. You also expect rejection. You respect excuses. Oh gosh, you fall into people's excuses and then you start losing yourself especially when it comes to love. So you need to start rejecting people's excuses. You do. But something about your expectations, and I'm not saying you have high standards, but what I'm saying is you may expect somebody to be able to balance it or take everything, or maybe you just like when you meet someone, you want to tell them everything and get everything off your chest about your past, about your life, about it's like, oh, okay, hold on, something's a little too risky, or I don't really know if I'm going to end up staying stuck, and somebody's like, okay, well, let me give you some type of excuse to walk away because they feel like you'll get drowned in emotions. So people may be scared of you, low-key. There also, I don't know what you do for work, but that could be something that's building your confidence when it comes to it. It's like, okay, well, you're able to handle a situation. But there also could be something that just feels a little incomplete, okay? So make sure, even though things are going right, you don't lose yourself in this because you're feeling unloved from other people. It's like you want people around you that know you personally to support you emotionally. And somehow they always end up in some type of excuses. All right, let's do your last message, whatever comes out. What can you expect next month? All right, there's going to be some type of decision made, or you're going to be making the right decision. You're going to realize that, okay, I can decide to persevere. I can decide to do something for myself and or create my own red carpet moment. You're going to learn that you were just going through some type of, I don't know if you do some type of palm reading or if you're going to get your palm read. Something about painting, because I was thinking palm red. Somebody also could be mad. Hopefully you're not slapping something or someone. No. Okay, don't feed into some type of gossip. Okay, even if you feel like this will bring in some type of acceptance or it'll do something for you, just keep persevering through it, and you'll learn why you shouldn't have or why you shouldn't do so. You're gonna have some type of joy next month, so definitely enjoy it, and definitely do so. Someone's name Joy. It could be like J-O-I. You're going to realize that your joy is worth any kind of test or anything that you feel like you had to persevere. Yeah, you're going to have some type of success, or you're going to be able to move forward. Your self-confidence is going to boost 110%. There's going to be a situation that you feel like you're winning in. Now, make sure as this is happening, you're not letting somebody come back towards you. This could be a Leo, a Pisces, a Cancer. Heavy on the Cancer. Somebody is gullible and uncaring, and somebody just feels disconnected. They want to embrace you, sure, and have her like, okay, we can just have simple conversation to just be tender to each other. We can just be friends. But they're actually a bully, or this person is unreliable. They're unfaithful to themselves and maybe even their kid. Okay, so just FYI when it comes to that. Who's going to accept you? This could be another fire sign. You could be around a Sagittarius, or this could be a Capricorn. Maybe initially you felt like somebody was stubborn, or somebody was chronically fatigued, or they just something that they had to go through and you had to walk away from the situation. But maybe as you detach, you realize that somebody was actually breaking free. They was reasserting some type of control and they're happy. They have some type of enthusiasm, or they could have some type of intuition. Something's going to be systemized, or they know about some type of system. They know about a marriage or about someone's plan. They're committing to themselves or trusting themselves, and it seems like they have some type of joy and enthusiasm while they do so. And maybe you're detaching yourself and you feel like, okay, well, now I don't know if I'm tired or if I can retreat, or if there's something that you're questioning by this. Because you feel like, okay, well, you do have some type of control or ambition, but at the same time, you still feel like you're lacking some type of confidence. All right, so make sure you're not comparing yourself when it comes to a situation, or you're just thinking about somebody that you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have rejected that person. All right. Let's see. Anything else you need to know about March? You will be able to defeat some type of mentality or emotions quicker than you think. Okay, so realize that anything that you are seeing as manipulation, deceit, and or trickery, mentally and or emotionally, you can literally stamp it as a lie and continue to move forward. There is going to be some type of confusion and or some type of information about a pregnancy or about someone around who was giving some type of comfort just based off of a resource. And maybe they're going to be like, okay, well, I'm confident that this is going to bring in more messages, or this is going to bring in more effort. And so they're being kind towards this. But mentally, they could feel defeated because they feel like, okay, well, I have some type of skill, or I was able to build some type of business, and now I just want to make sure that I can reconcile or just do something the way I want to. You also could be working with somebody who's a hater, Aries. Like you actually have... either, I'm not saying that they hate you particularly, but this person could be aggressive. They could like to intimidate someone particular, someone that is kind to them, or someone that is loyal to, that has been loyal to them, that's getting some type of happy news. Now they're trying to take some type of action towards someone else that they feel like could be strong and confident, but that's going to be somebody that's deceitful and or manipulating them. Somebody could be manipulating someone to either get pregnant and or to be pregnant. And at the point that they do, they're going to be super frustrated. So you may start to see somebody that works around you that has some type of faulty logic. Yeah, they're going to be in some type of conflict. So just FYI when it comes to that next month. All right, let's move on. Because that was just one topic. And we got 3 more to go. So let's talk about love. What's going on in your love life currently? So, oh, I got that. I use that. I like that. All right, so you could feel like a situation is completely done. It's like you're starting to see some type of cycle and something that's coming full circle when it comes to a lesson. You realize that there is someone around that's negative and you need to move past this. You're completely done with anything that is negative and you're going to a new phase. But somehow you still feel a little trapped. You still feel like you're in some type of mental prison when it comes to a situation based off of some type of deception. There's still some type of emotion, some type of logic, or something that you are holding within based off of your past, or just something that you feel like you were, something that really kind of hurt you, for sure. You feel like it was an unsafe decision, or it was just somebody around you that was going from people to people and they just wouldn't end it. And this is when the negativity started, when you're like, okay, well, everybody's the same, or, you know, even if I move forward, there's still going to be some type of risk, or I'm still going to have some type of issue, or you kind of held yourself back with it. But it seems like you are completely done with somebody holding on to you, or it's like, okay, if somebody's telling you that I'm obsessed with you, you know, they don't really have love for you. This is just something that they feel like they need for their own anxiety. They could be negative about them moving forward and or starting something new. They also could not want you to do so because they feel like you're going to be able to have something stable and or anger something down. So continue to move forward. At the point in time that you meet somebody that you feel like is unrisky and or somebody that just wants to have some type of desire, or maybe they even have some type of sexual disease, you will have some type of emotions about this. It's like you have a panic attack or something that tells you like, not this time, or I need more time to think. And then somebody's going to be bottled up and they're like, okay, damn, whatever illusion that I had, now I'm in my head. There is going to be somebody that's going to propose to you, and or you will get married if that's something that you truly decide. But it feels like right now you're uncertain about your memories and or the things that you're dwelling on. Something about black man. You could date a black man, or something about a black man could be important. But Batman. But when he was in that part, he was like, you were born in the dark. He was like, you adapted to the dark, I was born in it, or something like that could be important. So something about your life, the way that you were born in, or the way that you saw love. Maybe you always felt like something was risky when it comes to it. Maybe you've seen somebody in your life, in your parents or your family, that was trapped and they felt like, okay, well, I can always go into a new phase. I can always love. I can always, love this person even more. And it just became negative until the situation was completely done. You feel like somebody was obsessed and or holding on and or clingy to someone that was not actually compassionate towards them. And or this is how somebody saw you. It was like, okay, well, somebody was really devoted to you, Aries, and you didn't really give a fuck. They can feel like, okay, well, you decide whenever these memories matter, or whenever you feel like something is a good time. But they could feel like when it comes to actually stabilizing something, you wasted too much time, you broke in too much time, or again, flip the roles if you feel like this about them. So I feel like you just need to accept your past, acknowledge your past, and move forward. Okay. Especially when it comes to love. That's the only thing that's really keeping you stuck. You could be seeing the same angel numbers. Something about 222 could be important. All right. Now, I feel like it's just an energy you could truly shake up off you. It's like, oh, there's a cloud above my head. But it's like, yeah, but if you step 2 steps away, then there won't be a cloud anymore. And it's like, let me try. Something about stepping in the name of love. Maybe you need to go dancing, go skating, go do something physical. All right, let's get physical. Maybe like a workout class, or what's going on in your love life? No stories allowed. So you're going to stop accepting excuses from people as they start to date you or charm you. Then you're going to realize there's going to be someone that actually wants to embrace you. They're going to show you their emotions very quickly. And look, I said something about a black man. But there could be somebody that wants to show you their emotions very quickly. But you may have to deny someone first. Somebody you may meet in the middle of the night, or just kind of while you're out doing something for yourself. You're like, okay, well, yeah, I'm just not trying to go down some type of situation, and you know it's a wrong turn. Something about the color red, purple could be important, whether this is your nails, your hair, or I don't know. Something about the colors could be important. Maybe even pink. blue, like a navy blue. The person that you're gonna you right to turn this person down. They don't see you as who you are. They don't actually see you as their match. They just want somebody to give affection to right now until they figure out, okay, well, there's somebody that left me. Somebody just wants you to be a rebound. Then you meet somebody that actually wants to give you some type of pleasure and or love. But maybe you say something that kind of hurts their feelings, and they're like, okay, well, instead of just walking away, they want to talk about it. And then maybe you start to expose yourself a little bit more. It's like, okay, well, maybe they can be gentle with you. You're able to hold on to a situation. You may meet someone else. Okay. Anything else you need to know about your love life? You could be using something for the first time. I don't know if this is a sex toy or it's like, okay, well, I'm gonna use this dating app. I'm gonna go sit at the bar for myself for the first time. There could be something that you're gonna try to do for the first time. And then you're gonna realize that actually I am very unique, and or I don't have to compare myself, or there's something about you that you're gonna start to embrace. And if there's somebody who's watching you, or somebody that just involved or around that's gonna have some type of secret desire, but they're gonna feel like, okay, well, I'll just miss this chance. Or there could be people that's just gonna attract to you and you'll see it. But you may just feel like there's some type of fear or obligation, but you'll see that people are attracted because it's like, oh, somebody just bought you a drink, or somebody just did something for you and they didn't even approach you. Or it's like, okay, well, who was this person that has some type of secret? They were consumed at this point in time, but they feel like you have some type of balance for yourself. Or it's like, okay, they just want to reciprocate something or just show you that there's people around that could be nice for you. Somebody wants your attention, and or you'll realize that people do want your affection and or love. All right, so give yourself some type of time. Allow yourself to open up and explore when it comes to this. You don't have to have like strict boundaries and rules when it comes to dating right now. Just kind of be open. You also could be silently crying when it comes to the scenario, because maybe you feel like somebody truly was your soul person, or you feel like something was really the way it was supposed to go. Yeah, you thought it was going to get to some type of marriage and or long-term commitment, but it didn't go there. So this could still be bothering you, and somehow, some way, you could see them engaged or in a relationship, or you're gonna see them have some type of relationship or do something for themselves, go on a trip or whatever. There's some type of keepsake, and you may feel like, okay, well, somebody was giving you some type of deception in the back. You may feel like somebody stabbed you in the back or gave you some type of deception of that they were separated, they were single, or they were not trying to date somebody, or whatever the case may be, and you're gonna realize what they were doing the entire time. But it seems like just take the time to heal, because it was always karmic. It was always something that was going to trigger you. Okay. All right, cool. Let's move on. Let's do one more topic. Let's see if you typed in the topic before I just pick one. These are extra questions. All right, how can you move forward entirely? Let's just say entirely. I'm hearing Outside by Cardi B. Stack up all the reasons that you're disappointed. So if you need to write out a letter, if you need to do a pros and cons, if you need to write a piece of paper, a journal, make a vlog, then delete it, burn the paper, whatever you need to do that's going to give you some type of strength, go ahead and do it. Because you sitting in some type of disappointment, or you just constantly thinking about situations, or you find there hasn't been a conversation or whatever, is going to continue to make you feel unfulfilled. It's like the way that you're looking at something to say, okay, well, I'll just indulge in something sweet, or I'll just indulge in things that's actually not healthy for me. Until somebody sees the strength in my decision, or until they see themselves in a particular way, until they have a deeper perspective, then you feel like you'll be seen as the perfect opportunity then. But then you're still going to be in your head at the point that they come back around, because it's like, okay, why did it take so long? They're not truly choosing you. They just feel like they broke up with somebody else. Okay? So move along. Understand that you can just do something that's therapeutic. Go to a sound bath. Like I said, go write a list of the things that's disappointed you, or the things that's on your mind. Go ahead and burn it. If you want to do some type of protection candle for yourself, you can do that as well. But I feel like it's a mental thing at this point. You literally can just get up and take these shoes off of being disappointed and moving forward. You can. And then once you do, you're going to be balanced. It's like, okay, well, dang, why was I confused? Then you may be in your head about that when you have some type of peace. You don't need to be in your head about, you don't need to be guilty and or ashamed of that either. Okay. All right, let's throw in one more quick little topic. Let's see what's hidden. What don't you see that's coming in the next month? Okay, so you're going to realize that anything that you feel like was losing interest, or something that you feel like was just giving you the bare minimum, was just an addiction. Somebody who's actually doing them and having options is unsatisfied. You may see this as well. And then once you realize that somebody has an addiction, they're just obsessed with a particular situation or feeling something, you're going to be able to let this go. You also may be unsatisfied because even though you feel like you have some type of clarity, or you know exactly what to do, maybe you feel like you're struggling to make some type of decision. You feel like you have too many options, and somehow this makes you feel like you're at risk. Or it's like, okay, well, you want to be told exactly how to move, or you want somebody to hold your hand through decisions that you feel like you're not thinking, or that you don't want to think through. But don't be obsessed with this mentality, because there's a new boo, or there's a happy place, or something that's new for you that's going to allow you to blossom, and you will run into a commitment. Okay, and that's what's tea when it comes to your life. Now, if this is about someone else, they could be trying to commit to someone and they're not thinking their way through, and this is going to lead to a risk. So at the point that you feel like somebody has a new boo and they're obsessed with this person, there's going to be some type of clarity, and this person's going to be unsatisfied. They're going to be like, okay, well, damn, let me figure out who's left, who is still an option. Okay, FYI, when it comes to that may play out around the end of spring. Especially if they're just joining or dealing with somebody now, or you just realize it that they are. Alright, let's go into your questions and then wrap this up. First question. What is the plot and who and why? Okay, that's 3 different questions. Let's just do the first one. Alright, what was the plot of the last 3 years? You had a whole lot of deception around you. Your anxiety kept you trapped to a situation, kept you trapped to friendships, to people that you feel like should be embracing you, and or that was going to. You had some type of illusion that some type of relationship, partnership, or whatever that you were fixated or taught to was going to attract you. So it was going to nurture you into a new start and or help you. And although from time to time people embrace you or celebrate you, it seems like they had some type of desire to move forward. They feel like, okay, well, yes, you are nurturing, you are abundant, you are beautiful, you are everything and more. But at the same time, they're fixated on some type of relationship secretly. They're fixated on something that they want to be able to have as a secret, or whatever the case may be. And they feel like you're practical when it comes to a situation, and you're not going to allow someone to, kind of abuse you when it comes to doing certain things the way that they want to. This is about you going through some type of rapid change and standing on business. You also may feel like you had something practical. I don't know if there was a job, a house, or home. There could have been, I don't know if this was an eviction. There could have been something that you went through. And you may feel like, okay, well, this actually made you unfocused throughout the process. But you're going to actually start to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to get some type of excitement. And you're going to be able to let go of anything that you feel like blocked you, or that you were holding on to. So you still haven't got your full clarity yet. Things are just now starting to balance out, or they're about to. You're going to find some type of direction and be able to move forward, and that's going to flip you over from this anxiety. You also could be flipping over a mattress, even if this is not yours. Maybe you're doing a deep clean. You also may fear relationships of somebody that you feel like is better than you, or somebody who's smarter than you. So you may like to deal with people that you would consider a project, or that has some type of conflict, because then you feel like, okay, well, I can teach somebody how to communicate. I can teach somebody how to have confidence, or whatever. It makes you feel like you have, or some type of purpose. You need to have some type of new start and or new perspective on relationships, so that way you can kind of just sit down and let somebody embrace you for a change and truly embrace you, but that you be fixated on, okay, is this my person, or what does this mean? This is how you get your support system. This is how you grow your friendships and or the people that's going to emotionally love on you. Because maybe this is still a fear and or delusion at this point in time, and you think, okay, well, I have to be practical, I have to do something when it comes to myself, or make sure that I'm inspired, or you just have this like go energy, like you always have to be on go. And this is going to allow you to release some type of worry and or recover. It is okay. There also could be something that's going well when it comes to your career. And you may be disappointed because you feel like, okay, well, there's people around that you wanted to invite along with you, or there's people around that you want to embrace your success or whatever, but maybe you have to do something for yourself. And so now you're conflicted on, it's like, okay, well, dang, well, who do I really, or how do I meet new people? How do I, showcase other parts of yourself? So maybe you're scared to introduce yourself, and that's something that you need to overcome as well. All right, so that's what the plot of the last 3 years were. What is the truth about the relationship? Was his feelings ever real? Yes, it was. They're feeling the responsibility of being honest and or having. I don't see why they couldn't have some type of system and or be committed. They feel like it's a burden to be logical all the time. It's a burden to have some type of standards all the time and or to meet yours. So yeah, the love was here, but they also had a whole lot of sexual desires, or there's something that they feel like they wasn't able to indulge in. So they just like to talk to people. They just, you know, even when they're committed, they get joy out of this. It's somebody else's standards. Okay, somebody also could come back towards you and it's like, okay, well, although I'm going through a burden, I want to be very logical about some type of system. I want to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do and you're doing what you need to do. They want to have some type of conversation, and maybe you feel, okay, well, somebody's being compassionate towards you so that way they can get some type of redirection, but this is because they have somebody else in the picture. Yeah, it's like, okay, well, I know that I need to make sure I have all my ducks in a row when it comes to a situation. So somebody wants to, like, okay, well, I'm on good terms with my ex before they meet somebody or they introduce someone else into their life. So that way it's not an issue when it comes to everything wrapping up the way it needs to be. All right. There could be somebody that you're sleeping with soon that you need to wrap it up with for sure. This could be a Virgo and or a Gemini. All right. Maybe even a Pisces. I was going to say wrap it up twice if you can. Maybe you're going to have sex multiple times. Okay, so yes, their feelings were real for you. Let's see. I think that was all. We did your 4 topics, your 2 questions. All right, let's do your confirmations. Somebody will never be your friend again, or you will never be their friend again. Something about the next 48 hours could be important. You can unfuck yourself, okay? And once you do, don't help somebody else that's coming around. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. It's something that you shouldn't do, not that you can't. There could be a shut-up ring that's out here and or something that you're waiting for. You're going to have to let something go, okay? There's a Gemini that's out here. The answer is yes. If you had a question, you need to let it in on bad terms. It's not the Taurus, so let them go. Somebody don't like to reevaluate themselves and or their actions. Something about a blurry video, a picture, or a FaceTime could be important. Maybe you're like cleaning out your own lens. It's like, damn, I just cleaned my camera. I just cleaned something and now it still looks blurry. You need to create your own truth. Break free from some type of lucid space and or nightmare that you feel like you're in, and then you'll be able to make a final decision. Somebody around you could be a smoker or just out in the garden. You could know a karmic Capricorn, or somebody around you is around a karmic Cancer as well. It's the horrible relationship. Okay, somebody could be looking at you and figuring out, okay, well, how can I act like you or take your traits to somebody else? There could be some type of sibling rivalry that's going on because someone is not getting enough sleep. You will meet your person that's pure and that's want to give you some type of love. You could be a DIY kind of person, or there's something that you have to do it yourself. Even if something is moving slowly, this is a part of God's plan, okay? Maybe you're no longer worried about marriage, or there's somebody around you that's pillow talking but they're not worried about marriage at all. My condolences if you lose a pet and or someone around you does, but have all dogs go to heaven, or somebody who was a cheater could be passing soon. You can do something, you just need to pray. Something about LA could be important. Even if this is not you visiting LA, you could be watching a movie and something about this location could be important, or somebody with these initials. Somebody just wants to vent. They don't really want a solution, especially if they got a shut-up ring.